Hey guys, and welcome back to another Warframe 2024 playthrough episode. Last episode, very exciting times, we got into Eidolon hunting, yay! And if we take a look in our arsenal, I have actually done one hunt off camera. I managed to do about 12, I think, terrorists in one night. And it was a bit scuffed, to be honest, but we've already got 4 arcane nullifiers. You can see I've got a rank 1 here already and a normal rank 0. So yeah, pretty good. We're not going to move on to Tridolons or even, Gantalists until we have a maxed rank arcane nullifier at the minimum. So that is what we are going to be working towards. And in the meantime, we have other stuff that we need to do to bolster our build. So firstly, we need to be ranking up with the quills. I am slowly doing that. In the next couple of days, we should be ready to guild our amp. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to farm all the syndicate standings every single day. There's just too many of them at this point, so I have to prioritize. If you are someone with more time on your hands, then you could be way ahead of me at this point if you're able to do that farming every single day, but I unfortunately do not have that time. So that's the first thing, we need to just make sure we're ranking up with them. We need to make sure we're ranking up with these guys, because I want to be able to get, let me just go to Cavallero. I want to be able to get the amp adapter, the amp arcane adapter, so I can get 2 arcanes on my amp once it's gilded. We will be buying those probably with platinum because I don't want to waste standing right now buying them. I want to get to this as quickly as possible. I could farm them, but that would take absolutely decades. And the other thing that we want to get done in this episode is, first of all, we need to get Steel Path. We've been putting it off for so long now because we just haven't really needed it. But we need to get to Steel Path, and we need to do our resource farms. So for those of you who didn't watch my first playthrough, Warframe Done Efficiently, we got to a point where we were preparing kind of for the mid to end game. And that involved us doing 3 very lengthy resource farms using Cora. And we need to get there like pronto. There is rumours flying around that there might be some changes coming for our Smita Kavat, so I want to get there this week, and I want to do those farms this week, and we need to get enough platinum, we're almost there, to get both a resource booster and a resource drop chance booster so that we can make the most out of it. And we are basically going to do 3 2-hour farms on, relic missions if possible, although we don't have many, so we might just end up doing normal on Steel Path. And that should net us enough resources for a decent amount of time, hopefully. 2 hours on each kind of tile that I've selected. The key resources that we're going to get are going to be cryotic and also Oxium we need a ton of. So yeah, we're going to need to focus hard on that. So yeah, without further ado, let's just crack on with things. Alright guys, so to clear up the last few defense missions we've got, I am using Volt. Just altered his build a bit so that we can get a bit of range and damage on it. And that way we can clear out the map just fine, at least when there's a few enemies that it can bounce off of. And then for everything else, pretty much we're going to be using Titania with Thermal Sunder. That's going to clear out all of the exterminate missions, capture, rescue. I think I've pretty much done all of them now anyway, but, should be good. And then for survival, we'll just probably use Cora. We can get some extra resources that way. Make the most of our time. And yeah. Just going to keep going, guys, until we're done. Once we have got to the Steel Path, our primary concern is going to be to do the alerts. So if you didn't know, once you get to Steel Path and you unlock the alert missions, they basically will allow you access to quite a few different points of the solar system without you actually having to be there. So you don't have to path your way to those bits of the star chart manually. You can just do an alert mission and it will unlock that node wherever it may be on the star chart. So that is what we are going to be prioritizing in order to gain access to the farms that we want. So Pluto Hyricon is going to be fairly important for us in order to get cryotic. And also Pluto, the survival on Pluto we're going to be using to gather up some Oxium as well. So all in all, Pluto is probably the most important one actually. And then also Deimos survival we're going to want. And we are also going to want probably Saturn, I guess, or Uranus. I think Uranus is probably better. But we can get to Uranus pretty quickly from Saturn and vice versa. So we want to get to Ophelia for polymer bundles. Tellurium. And whatever the other thing is that drops there, Gallium. It's going to be quite important as well. So yeah. Wish me luck, guys. I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so I've now completed all the quests, all the mission nodes in this style chart right here. But it occurs to me that we are now going to have to do Whispers in the Walls in order to unlock the last few nodes that we're going to need. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that on. Let's just get on and do it, get it out of the way, and then I think there's like 5 nodes left that we'll need to do. Once those are done and out of the way, we will then have access to the steel path. In order to complete this, I am just going to be using Titania with Thermal Sunder. Just move quickly, basically, that's the plan. I'm a bit loud. Let me turn that down a bit. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for the next, half an hour or so, I guess. Might be a bit longer. Oh dear. Lots to do, lots to do, lots to do. Gotta get on with it. So yeah, I'll see you guys once we've done this, I guess. Alright, cool. So now if we go to... Well, let's get out of here and then look at the navigation. We should have access to those last few nodes now. Let's just check. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Alright, I'm going to do those and then Steel Path time. Okay guys, so we now have access to a few nodes on Steel Path, having done some Steel Path incursions. Not everywhere that we want just yet, but yeah, a decent start nonetheless. So, we already have access to Ophelia, so that's really good. That's going to be getting us Polymer bundles, Plastids, Gallium, Detonite Ampules, and Tellurium, and more importantly, we're probably going to get enough Tellurium to last us the whole game, just in like one farm, so that's nice. Pluto, we had Cyprus, but we're going to go ahead and, yeah, get over to Pallas. This is only an interception mission, so it should be fairly straightforward to get here, I'm hoping. Once we're at Pallas, we can go ahead and farm Morphics, Plastids, alloy plates, Fieldron samples, Rubedo, and more importantly, Oxium. That's what we're going to be farming up there. Then we kind of need access to 2 more farming areas. So we're going to need one that's going to get us neural sensors, so either Kuva Fortress would be good. Kuva Fortress Survival actually would be an excellent one to get a hold of, and we can obviously work our way up there. It just might take a while. Alternatively, a node on Jupiter would be fine as well, but yeah, it's going to take us maybe a few days of alerts before we can get to where we want on everything. Saturn might also be quite nice because we can get ourselves some Orokin cells, but if we get Deimos Survival, more to the point, we'll be able to get Neurodes, Orokin cells, Mutagen samples, and Nano-Spores in one place, which is kind of what I'm hoping for, to be honest, because Neurodes is, another one that we're missing on. So Deimos is generally where I would go to for both Orokin cells and Neurodes as rare resources. So that'll be very handy to get. And we can work around there from Necrolist. It just might take us a while, and we've got to get past this guy, Lephantis on Steel Path as well, which we're probably, we're not quite there yet, I guess. So, yeah, bit of a ways to go. And I'm not going to start the farms until we get there, because I want to purchase the resource booster and resource drop chance booster at the same time, and there's no point in me doing that if it's just going to take us ages to get to the farms that we want, so we're going to wait until we have access to those first before we go ahead and buy our resource boosters and actually start the farms. And like I said, we'll probably do like a 2-hour farming session on each node. It's a bit tight for me to do it in 3 days, to be honest. I'd probably be able to do 3 farms in 3 days. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, not too shabby. In terms of other stuff, we're getting pretty high up the ranks in the Nightwave now. So getting on for rank 20 here, and we've got this week's mission still to do. I would like to get hold of this Umbral Former, not gonna lie. It would be very useful to have on Vault right now. This signed armor actually looks pretty cool as well, and so does the armor bundle, but you know, that's beside the point right now. We are just gonna keep cracking on, guys. We have our amp now gilded, so that's good. I have also gone ahead and unlocked each of these skill trees. So I literally just used a basic lens on each of these. So you can see this one's got a single, you know, basic level Madurai on, and this has got an Eidolon Zenuric on. So we're going to be using primarily Eidolon shards to rank up Madurai. And yeah, hopefully we can rank that up pretty quickly. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I put another Former on Vault as well. So I need to rank him up some more. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep going, guys. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, so I'm now ready to get on with farming. A Barokatir has shown up and he has granted us a resource booster, hooray. So I've gone ahead and just bought a resource drop chance booster alongside, using only 50% of the platinum that we had, so that's a big bonus for us. Our builds, this is what we've currently got on our pole. It's not too bad, you know, it should be just fine. We might be a bit slow to begin with, but yeah, once we have done a few of these farms, it's not going to matter. And then on our Cora right here, Pilfering Strangledome, Accumulating Whipclaw. I've just thrown on the Arcane Nullifier we've got, you know, just because I can. And our range here down at about 130%, it's about right. Strength does not matter to us at all, so yeah, should be fine. Oh, and Naraman, this is now, you know, max rank on Power Strike so that it decays by 5 rather than we lose everything. Don't think I need to go into detail on anything else right there. Let's just go ahead and hop on with our first farm, which is going to be Ophelia on Uranus, sorry, not Neptune. This will get us our Tellurium, Gallium, Polymer bundles, Plastids, and Detonite Ampule. And there's a specific room that I like to farm in here, so we'll go and find that real quick. And then I'll cut you guys back in just to show you kind of the damage we do. We'll see how much damage we do against the Acolyte as well. I am a bit worried about that, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, there we go. I think we're fine now. Let's go ahead and throw down another one of those. And yeah, there we go. Now we should have a fairly constant supply coming through. And basically, guys, we're just going to keep doing this now for a while. As long as I can take it, really. Alright, guys, we are getting close to the end of this first farm. It's not been too bad, although the cat's been very lazy. We've only had 2 affinity boosters so far. Which, you know, although it's not terrible, I've actually gone a full hour before without any. It's still well below what you should get in an hour. Which is a bit of a shame. But, you know, I think we've still got a decent amount of resources nonetheless. So what I'll do, we'll get to 60. I think we are due... Oh, another Acolyte. Right on cue. So we'll finish him off, although it's getting a bit tricky now. We're getting a bit late on. Oh my god, he spawned right in front of me. I was not expecting that. Yeah, we're gonna need some slash procs. There we go. There's one. Good. All right, and when it hits 60, we'll clear out of here. Okay, 56 steel essence, just under 1 per minute. It says 1 hour 10 over here. That's because I took a 10-minute break halfway through. Got some mods here. Primary Merciless. 3,705 endo. Tiny boost, but every little helps. Now let's have a look at the actual resources. So, Tellurium, we picked up 52. That's not too shabby at all. What else? 110 Gallium, 804 Detonite, 27,000 Plastids, and 84,870 Polymer bundles. That's actually a bit low. I would have liked to have gotten to 100k. If we had got a few more Kavat buffs, we would have done, but, you know, not much we can do about that. Let's now move on to the next farm. Okay, guys, so Palace is the next farm we're going to be doing. We're probably going to do 3 sets of 20 minutes on this. And we're looking for Oxium. Is the key ingredient here. Hopefully minimum we want to get 7.5k worth, and we're probably going to have to reset. Like I said, we're going to do 3 lots of 20 minutes, so we're going to reset after each 20-minute farm, because after that time the Oxium tend to drop off a bit. They end up getting replaced by Eximus units and, you know, heavier units in general. So yeah, it's kind of an annoying farm this, but we do what we must, and this is mainly for kind of Itzal, to be honest, getting the parts ready for him. So let's try and find our special room. Yeah, I reckon that this is going to be not too bad. Although there seems to be another good spawn room above us and to the right, which is a bit annoying, but we can always alternate between front and back. Alright, so in 1 20-minute, we got ourselves, let's see, 1,642. No Kavat buff, you know what, I will take that. 11k alloy plates, that's not too bad either. 16 Morphics, I would have thought we could do better than that. Yeah, it's a bit of a disappointing farm all around, to be honest. How many Vulpine masks did we get? I swear I picked up like 10 of those. 8, yeah. Okay, right, I guess we just do that again then. Okay, next farm we're going to do, Tellurium on Deimos. This is for Nano-Spores, Mutagen samples, Neurodes, Orokin cells, all that good stuff we're going to get from here. I've swapped over to gas damage, as the stacking effects of gas actually do pay off against the infested. So yeah, let's get on with this one. Alright guys, so similarly to the Oxium farm, I've done a few like smaller farms on this one. Mainly because the Toxin Eximus units seem to be doing a ton of damage. And yeah, I just don't want to stick around too long and get destroyed. But these have been going alright. So we should have a decent amount of Orokin cells, Neurodes, Nano-Spores, and I guess Mutagen samples as well when we come out, so that's all good. And then yeah, we can get on to the next farm. Okay guys, so for the last and final farm we have a couple options. So we can either do it on Jupiter, but as you can see I do not have any of the nodes on Jupiter unlocked, and none of the Steel Path alerts today, although it is coming to the end of today as you can see, are unlocked. So yeah, we can either work our way around from Europa, which could take a while. We can either wait and obviously see if we can get it, but it's not guaranteed this week that we can get there. Or we have Tavuni unlocked, which actually does have a fissure on there, but I only have 6 relics, which I don't think will get me very far in the grand scheme of things for, yeah, getting extra resources. So yeah. So the reason we want to go between these two is because they both give Neurodes, or neural sensors, sorry, not Neurodes. One gives circuits, the other actually gives Hexanon and alloy plates. So Hexanon is a resource which we don't obviously need as much of, but we are going to have to farm it at some point anyway, and we can also get more Oxium on Jupiter as well, though, you know, not as much as on Pluto. But I think, yeah, considering we have access to the Kuva Fortress and we have access to Tavuni already, we just go ahead and do this. We get ourselves some circuits and some salvage. And then we'll probably have to figure out a way of getting over to Annie as well to farm up ferrite at some point. I don't think it's going to be this episode that we're going to do that, so I think we'll finish this episode with just the Tavuni farm. So yeah, we'll do that for a bit. I'll probably do a couple or a few smaller farms rather than the big hour-long farm that I did for the other ones, or the other one. And then yeah, we'll probably round out the episode. Alright. This spot, I've never tried this spot before, but it's turned out pretty good. Energy's held up the whole time. This is my second time through, and I think I'll probably actually have enough resources just after 2 of these, so 40-minute farm. Which is good. So we'll get out of 20 minutes, and we'll see what we've got, and then we'll probably round out the video, guys. Alright, so 21 minutes, or actually probably 20 minutes to be honest, as I did pause for a bit. 20 steel essence, pretty good. What else did we get? Let's have a look. We got 5,600 circuits. Circuits isn't the main drop on this, it's actually salvage that drops the most, so 112k salvage in 20 minutes, that's pretty good. And 38 neural sensors, 142 detonite, yeah. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. But we have run out of time for this episode, guys, so we are going to have to end it here. Next episode, there's probably one more farm I want to do, which is going to be ferrite and argon crystals, although obviously argon crystals are going to run out very quickly, so perhaps we want access to all the blueprints we want before we do that farm. I don't know, but we also get ferrite from that farm as well, so yeah, we need to do it really. And yeah, our Eidolon amp is now gilded, so Eidolon hunting is a bit faster. We've got access to more skill trees. All in all, guys, we are progressing quite nicely. So if you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one, guys.